Hey guys, welcome back to Xposed Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about modules, specifically modules that have been converted over from the original installer that worked on KitKat or Jelly Bean to work with our Lollipop based devices. We're going to talk about the list of the modules that I have currently installed on my device. I'm also going to talk to you guys real quick about a resource that's available on Google Plus to give you access to latest updated information as far as what does for sure work on Lollipop and what doesn't. Let's check it out. The actual installer and the actual flashable zip are still the same versions that we installed last week, so please make sure that those are installed and turned on correctly. Once you have that installed, I'm showing you guys here, you can download obviously and install multiple different modules and what you need to install. Two things I want to make sure that you guys are understanding. In this list, these are the modules that I have on my device that work. With the exception of Greenify. Greenify currently hasn't not been updated to work with the current version of Lollipop. As far as the Xposed installer, it does work on its own, that's why it shows up here. But as far as the actual Xposed functionality, it does not work. App Settings and Gravitybox are both manually installed APKs. They are not part of the repo currently because of the testing, and they were just recently got updated to Lollipop. So hopefully in the near future we'll be able to find them directly and download them under the Download tab. The other thing, as far as the actual installers, Amplify does work, the Bubble UPnP does work, as well as heads up notification. Max Lock does work as well, Minimum Guard does well, Status Bar Progress Download, X Multi Zone, of course the YouTube, the different two YouTube modules that we have here. I wanted to kind of show you guys the list of the ones that I actually personally like to install. Gravitybox by far for me is the best one I have. Once that was updated, that was really nice because it actually kind of brings a list or a magnitude of list of items that you can install. And you can see here that we have the actual Pi control working here. You have the ability of obviously installing different things on it, changing to a status bar. Pi controls can be controlled here. Power tweaks as far as the advanced power menu, display tweaks, phone tweaks as well. You can go in here and then basically the ability sending ringtone, smart radio, all of those different things. You also have under quiet hours are installed under the notification panel here. This is on the advanced one. Active screen, per app setting, of course, in default settings. These are just different ones here. Miscellaneous tweaks, you're able to go in here and basically clear recent tasks, just different functions that you get within Gravitybox. The only thing you want to keep in mind also is Gravitybox is really intended for AOSP close ROMs, so it's not intended for TouchWiz. It's not intended for ROMs that have been heavily modified by skins like HTC Sense or TouchWiz based devices. So be aware of that for Gravitybox. From what you guys could see with the hands-on, the actual list is growing on a daily basis. A lot of the main popular modules themselves have actually been updated. Gravitybox and App Settings have definitely been updated to work with the installer. Unfortunately, they're not available through the installer, so you need to follow the links I'll give you guys in the description below to be able to download those and install them on your device for the initial build that they're built. Hopefully in the future, we'll see them in the Xposed installer. Last but not least, I want to say thanks to Marshall Williams and Sean Pfeiffer from the Xposed installer, the Xposed framework group over on Google Plus, for giving us access to a list that kind of goes through all of, and this isn't even an entire list, it's 119 and there's even more modules that are not listed in there, of modules of what's going on with them, if it's working, if it's not working, and kind of gives us a running tab of what's going on as far as what some of the things you need to do. Google Play Music Listen Later is partially working. Flat Style modules also is partially working as well. Chrome Pi, some people are saying is and isn't working. For me personally, it wasn't working, so I couldn't get it to confirm that it does work. Amplify definitely does work. Audio Privacy does work. Battery Stats Plus does work. Boot Manager, Bubble UPnP does work. Flat Styles Bar Indicator does work. Of course, Gravitybox work. XBlast, there's some people have stated that some of them work, some of them don't. I think there's an update coming in for that module. Google Search API definitely does work. The other one is Keep Chat does work. Map Zoom Invert does work as well. Max Lock, Miming Guard, those two are actually definitely working. I showed you guys with the hands-on for mine. Native Clipboard and Nexus Nav Bars are partially working. Well, Nexus Nav Bars is partially working. Native Clipboard is working. Last but not least, there's quite a few different ones, but SMS Plus Tethering Enabler, yes, it does work. Status Bar Scroll onto the top, it works as well. WinAmKit currently is not. Those are one of the other ones that are big, kind of multi-functional modules. Xhalo Floating Windows is partially working, and most of what happening here is you need to use version 2.3.8 or 2.38 instead of 2.4. Still crashes the system APK depending on what you want to do, so I would probably wait on that one. Last but not least, the X Multi window, as I said, doesn't work currently. And then Xposed Lollipop lock screen wallpaper, that doesn't work. That's one of the functionalities even within Gravitybox couldn't come in. XSSID indicator does work. Xsuites does work. Xtoast does work as well. And the two modules that are specifically dedicated to YouTube, as I showed you with the hands-on, do work. This list is definitely a very good resource. I'll give you guys a link to it directly again. I want to say thanks to Sean Pfeiffer and Marshall Williams for getting me access to this over the weekend, over the past week. And again, it's a very big community over on Xposed Installer over on Google+. That if you guys want to check it out, let me know. As usual, like and subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to keep you guys updated as far as what's going on with modules. And we're going to start going over modules as they become out of alpha and more functional. We'll cover them here on XDA. I'll see you guys soon.